to SunTrust Park in Atlanta. On Father's Day, Major League Baseball supports the Home Run Challenge and prostate cancer awareness. It is game 4 of a 4-game series as all the dads and families make their way into SunTrust Park. It's not only the final game of this 4-game series, it's also the final game of the road trip for the Padres. Padres and Braves on Father's Day. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. Well, the Padres on a long venture that took them from Miami to St. Louis, now here to Atlanta. They're 5-4 on the trip, and largely because of the work of the bullpen.
It's trips like this that really define a team, and this bullpen has really grabbed the ball, and they have pounded the strike zone, and the numbers prove it. There's been situations where high leverage situations, we know about Kirby Yates coming in late, but when you look at the numbers, 4th best ERA in the National League. Adam Simber out of spring training making the club high leverage situations. Salmon, Yates, and how about Castillo? The left-hander coming in and striking out almost everybody he has faced. But the last 9 games, only 4 earned runs done in 26 innings. The telling number, the opponent's only hitting 124. And their strikeouts, over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. They are pounding the zone and also throwing quality strikes.
Well, it's a bullpen day today for the Padres. Coming up, do it for Dad. Padres will try to gain a split in this 4-game series on Father's Day. We're back with the first pitch after this.
Times, going to the park with them, it's pretty crazy to think how far we came.
It's just something I haven't forgotten and probably won't ever forget.
Thank you for teaching me how the game is played.
You throw me BP, no L screen, and just hit balls right back at them and wear them out.
Can also kind of learn from each other, and I just learned a lot just from playing catch, from him.
Thank you for giving me my first glove and teaching me how to swing.
Me and my dad went outside to throw it around, and
hit a little bit, and we were playing catch. We went out to take BP all the time at the local fields.
We played catch with those on the gravel, and he'd always bounce it super high off the ground and call it the Baltimore chop or something like that, and I'd have to come in and make a play on it.
Thank you for being my dad.
Thank you for everything with supporting me.
Pops, happy Father's Day. Love you, miss you, see you soon.
I love you, and I wouldn't be here without you.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you, and hoping to get to see you here pretty soon.
Well, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there today as the Padres get ready to wrap up this series. Time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County. Breeze today at 2 miles per hour, 85 degrees the temperature, partly cloudy, and there are some clouds above the stadium as we get it started here today. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, Annie Halbrun with you as the Padres look to gain a split of this 4-game series. Today we're participating in the Home Run Challenge. Every home run in this game raises money for prostate cancer research. Since June 1st, nearly $2.4 million have been raised in the challenge. You can make a pledge by going to homerunchallenge.org. Now the Padres starting 9 today has Travis Jankowski at the top of the order. It's brought to you by Toyota. Eric Hosmer bats second at first base with Jose Perella at second base. Hunter Renfroe's in right with Corey Spangenberg at third. Freddie Galvis, the shortstop, out of the 6th spot with Manuel Margot in center. Rafi Lopez does the catching, bats 8th, and Matt Strom, the pitcher, batting out of the 9th spot. For the second time this season, Julio Teheran will take on the Padres.
Yeah, back-to-back starts for the right-hander. Remember last time he left the game because he had a thumb contusion, the 27-year-old making his 14th start. The fastball velocity is down. Good on extra rest, 13 days to be exact. Be nice to win this one, Don. Go home 6-4 for this 10-game road trip, right?
It'd be outstanding. As Travis Jankowski stands in, and the first pitch of the ball game is outside. Travis had 280 to start the day with a home run, 6 runs batted in, and back to his leadoff spot for the Padres. Julio Teheran individually 4-4 coming into this start with a 4.31 earned run average, his 14th start.
Well, the word on the street from the Braves announcers that Teheran, he's good on extra rest, and he certainly has that. Remember in San Diego, first pitch of the ball game was 85 miles an hour. Today it was 91, so it looks like he does have his velo back.
Well, that rest may be exactly what he needed, as it turns out. The Braves starting the day with a 2.5-game lead atop the National League East, their largest lead. That's a strike, and it's a full count now. Braves have won 41 games, 41-29 coming in, and a 2.5-game lead is over the Washington Nationals. Win here yesterday. Foul down the left field line, and we'll do it again.
Take a look at the defense for the Braves, brought to you by San Diego Cadillac dealers. Camargo at second base this afternoon after starting at third base yesterday. Freeman at first, Swanson at short. Flaherty will be at third base. Kurt Suzuki putting down the signs. Culberson, Inciarte, and Markakis in the outfield for the Braves.
Jankowski in a good at bat, works a walk to get things started. Headed down to first base. 7-pitch at bat and a walk for Travis Jankowski. Eric Hosmer's coming up. One of the Padres who homered off Teheran at Petco Park. One of his 9 home runs in a Padres uniform. Get a chance to face him again.
Yeah, Teheran had no life in that start. The breaking ball was just rolling up there. The velocity was way down, and Padre hitters took advantage of that.
9 home runs for Hosmer on the year, 33 RBIs. Quick check, and that was relatively close. But Jankowski back to the bag. A tight game yesterday. The Braves won 1-0. It's their second 1-0 game of the year. Throw over, and Jankowski just got back, apparently. We'll see if the Braves are going to challenge this. He was leaning in the other direction.
Yeah, he was spinning his wheels trying to go the other way, and then had to go back. Outfield side corner. I got safe. What do you got?
I got safe.
You know, it might not seem like a lot, but I mentioned it last time Tehran pitched in San Diego. He goes from the extreme first base side of that pitcher's plate. Half of his foot is in contact with that rubber. Now, if he goes from the center of the rubber, I mean, that's a longer throw to first base when you think about it. In bang-bang plays, that's a big difference.
Jankowski takes off. Hosmer takes the ball, throw down, and he is safe. Stolen base for Travis Jankowski. Tehran had checked on him twice, and Jankowski taking off first move.
Great first jump. He saw that front leg up. Travis diving towards the outfield side of the bag. Oh, he gets the knee. Oh, wow. That was interesting. That was very interesting. His hand, it looked like it hit the leg of Swanson blocking the bag.
In scoring position with nobody out. Hosmer taking a ball, so it's 2-0 now to Hosmer. And a swing and a miss for strike one. Hosmer 0 for 4 with a strikeout here yesterday.
Oh.
Fouled off of Kurt Suzuki, the catcher, and he's in some pain.
Got him a couple places, it looked like.
Says it's all right. Hosmer giving him some time before climbing back in. Two-two pitch coming. And a full count now. Another patient at bat, another long at bat. It's a 7-pitch at bat for Jankowski. 5 so far here to Hosmer with nobody out in the first inning.
See if he throws something off speed with Perella waiting on deck and first base being open. He has broken out that changeup early on. I've always thought 3-2 changeup is a pretty good pitch, especially with first base open.
On the ground right side, Camargo to the backhand. He will throw out Hosmer at first as Jankowski takes third. 1 down in the inning. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Who doesn't love keys, especially on getaway day, long trip, dingers for dad on Father's Day when the Padres homer. They're 25-17. And let's do that again. Take 2. Make Daddy Holstaff proud. Okay, Matt Strom starting. Relievers coming into the game. If they're dad, make them happy. Go home and say, hey, you know what? I pitched on Father's Day and I was part of a victory.
1 down. Jankowski at third. Jose Perella, the batter. And he gets hit. Fastball at 92.
He was set up inside. It's a fastball that gets him right on the left elbow.
So first and third, 1 down, and brings up Hunter Renfroe. Hunter at 270, or actually 248 coming in. 3 homers and 18 runs batted in. First and third, 1 away. Drop in there for strike 1. Tehran can be effectively wild at times, and I think that's part of his success.
Uncomfortable at bats?
I would think so.
Yeah, 33 walks and 71 frames.
We've seen more of this from Hunter Renfroe, much more selective at the plate and longer at bats and getting deep into counts and getting himself in better hitters counts as well. He's been very good with runners in scoring position. 320. That's with Jankowski at third, Perella at first. 1-2. Fastball he thought he could handle, middle in.
That's a live fastball just above the belt buckle. Hunter could not get on top of. That's one of the things that Hunter Renfroe has done well lately, is getting on top of the fastball, hitting it hard on the ground and on the line.
Throw over and back to the bag is Perella.
Hey, today's hats match the Padres unis nicely. I like that look for the Padres on Father's Day today.
Swing and a miss. He elevated at 92 and strikes out Renfroe. First K for Tehran. 2 down here in the first inning.
Well, the pitch prior to that one was a fastball, and he just moves this one up even more at 92. Up and out of the zone a little bit.
So 2 down, first and third. It brings up Corey Spangenberg. Spangenberg, one of the guys for the Padres who got a home run off Tehran at Petco Park the first time they met this season. 50th game that Spangenberg's been in. Now Spangenberg has a bit of a streak going against the Braves. He's hit safely in his last 7 starts against Atlanta, hitting at .370 against the Braves. Two and 0. Spangenberg coming off the bench yesterday was hit by a pitch. One of the Vizcaíno pitches in the high 90s. Runner goes at first. Spangenberg takes ball 3, and it's a stolen base standing for Perella. So second and third now with 2 down.
Really good jump. High leg kick from Tehran, and no throw at all.
So no slide. Goes in standing.
Yep.
Spangenberg taking all the way 3-0 and takes strike 1. .333 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. A lot of Padres with very good numbers in this category. Freddie Galvis hoping to get a chance, waits on deck. There are 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Full count now. Pretty good hack there. Thought he might get the fastball and didn't.
Yeah, pulled the string 84 on the off-speed pitch. You are geared for the heater. 3-1.
Third full count already for Tehran. Trying to get out of this second and third 2-out jam. Payoff pitch to Spangenberg. Outside ball for
Oh,
Whoa!
my goodness.
Are you kidding me? That's not even close. Spangenberg strikes out according to the home plate umpire.
Oh, wow. You got to be cartooning me.
Brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Sycuan Casino, opening in 2019 is Sycuan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. And by Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. Now, Brian Snitker and his Braves pretty fortunate right there on what was a missed call by the home plate umpire.
Big time.
Big time. Let's check out the Braves starting lineup. Dansby Swanson, the shortstop. Charlie Culberson is in left. Freeman's at first. It's Markakis in right. Suzuki does the catching, and Ciarte in center. Camargo at second with Flaherty at third, and Tehran the pitcher out of the 9th spot. And it is Matt Strahm on the hill for the Padres.
I love to watch this kid pitch. I think he's going to have a bright future. Big, tall left-hander. Firm stuff in the strike zone. Not scared off. Sometimes can get wild. But I don't think that's I don't think that's because he tries to nibble. I just think he needs to get honed in with those mechanics. And then he should be on his way. But I like his stuff.
4th start for Strahm, 12th appearance overall.
Oh.
Glancing blow there, gets a piece of Rafi Lopez.
Closer look at Matt Strahm. Spot, start, star. He's done well. I think he's done everything Andy Green and Darren Balsley has asked him to do, and red line for 3. Now, when you look at pitches, 3 starts, 31 pitches, 30 pitches, 36, maybe 40 today.
Seems to be a pattern.
But go, Adam. Go as long as you can, as hard as you can.
Last time out we saw him go 3, and then in came Adam Simber. I wonder if we'll see the same thing here today. I guess the game will dictate that. Elevates and striking out is Dansby Swanson. Strahm strikes out the first Brave he faces today.
High fastball. Ball, I take that back. That's at 86. That's maybe a high little slider. Let's see it out of the hand. Yep, slider rotation. Slider up in the zone. It's not going to break as much. And you can see, this is what I like about Matt Strahm. That's not where he wanted. The result was great, but that's not where he wanted that pitch, and he was upset with himself. Now it's all about making that adjustment.
1 down for Charlie Culberson. The difference in yesterday's game. Culberson with a home run to left field. The only run scored in the game. Takes a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 269, 3 homers, and 13 runs batted in for Culberson. Since the beginning of May, Charlie Culberson hitting at .321. It started very slowly with his new team. He's 2 for 25 out of the gate to end April, and coming off the bench primarily, but getting a chance to be in the starting lineup on a more regular basis now, with his offensive numbers coming around here. Outfield about straight away on Culberson with 1 out in the first. And he strikes out Culberson. Back-to-back Ks for Matt Strahm. 2 down.
Matt Strahm bringing the 96. Well, for the first 2 hitters, we haven't needed the defense, right? They're out there watching Matt Strahm deal. Padres defense brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. 7 different players have started in right field. Hunter Renfroe's out there today. Margot in center, Jankowski in left. On the infield, Spangenberg, Galvis, Perella, Hosmer, Rafi Lopez behind the plate this afternoon on this warm, humid day in the capital city.
Freddie Freeman hit at .342, 15 homers, 49 runs batted in. On the ground, down to the first base side, but foul.
Hey, so far for Matt Strom, it's been Eddie Fainert king in his court. Remember the old softball guys? You don't remember that act? Oh, wow. He had like 3 guys on his team that went undefeated. He'd strike out everybody.
Here's a swing and a miss, gets away. Lopez got a ways to go. His throw is going to be late. Then Freeman will reach. Strikeout, probably a wild pitch. Lopez did not realize right away that it had gotten away, and the ricochet usually is beneficial off the bricks, but not in time. It is a wild pitch on the strikeout.
Off the glove, off the umpire, it looked like too, Don. That kind of slowed it up a little bit.
That could have been a pass ball. So Freeman reaches at first base. It is indeed a wild pitch. And Markakis now close to the plate from the left side, gets a chance.
How sweet would that be to strike out 4 in an inning? We've seen it happen before.
You ever done it?
Back in high school.
One and one to Markakis. .321 for Markakis in his 71st game of the year. 8 homers, 44 runs batted in. 1 for 9 in the series. Been relatively quiet in the series. And down to the count, 1-2.
You see, Matt was mad at himself after that pitch too, because the pitch was up. It was a hanger. As soon as he threw that pitch and it was caught, he kind of showed some emotion, like he was not happy. I like that.
Foul back to the screen. We'll do it again. Strom, a little extra today. That's 95.
Oh, he's bringing a little extra on this hot, humid day. Extra. E-X.
Yeah, how do you spell extra?
T-R-Y. That's for my good friend Vehicle back in San Diego. Big Padre fan. Been watching for years.
It's one foul back, and it's 1-2.
When we talked ball back in the day, he'd always say, hey, Kevin Brown had a little extra on his fastball this evening, didn't he?
Vehicle, his first name?
That's his nickname.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Rob Pickard worked in the radio business, radio sales back in San Diego.
Two down, Freeman at first. And Nick Markakis waiting on a 1-2 pitch. Up and away, 2-2.
Yeah, Vehicle was like the Herb Tarlick of WKRP. Hey, big guy.
That's a great show.
Oh my God, so
Les
funny.
Nessman.
Oh, Johnny Fever.
Foul back and out of play. Les Nessman's imaginary walls in his office. Those are the best.
Remember Thanksgiving when they dropped the turkeys out of the helicopter? As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Swanson struck out. Culberson struck out. Freddie Freeman struck out but reached on a wild pitch. Next pitch will be the 20th for Strom. This is one of his longest innings that he's had from a pitch perspective since he has been in the rotation, sort of. 2-2. And it's foul back again. The battle continues.
Boy, Markakis hanging tough. He's got good discipline of the strike zone, good bat control. You're right, Don, because I mentioned just a bit ago, the last 3 times he started, 31, 30, and 36. He's already up to 20.
Fouled off, and the battle continues. Tenth pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Nick Markakis. On the ground to first, knocked down by Hosmer. He's got to go get it. Nobody's going to cover, and everybody's safe. Strom did not run over in that direction as Hosmer knocked it down. It's a base hit for Nick Markakis.
Don, you're absolutely right. First of all, tip your cap to Nick Markakis. That is one heck of a plate appearance. Matt Strom, as soon as that ball was struck, he just kind of stood his ground. He's got to bust it over there towards first base, at least be over there for the chance of possibly getting Markakis.
So instead, first and second with 2 down. Big cut by Suzuki for strike one. Tyler Flowers catching yesterday, Suzuki today. The day game, the finale of this series. Second start of the series. And a fly ball headed to left field. Jankowski coming in. And Travis makes the catch that ends the inning. Braves strand a pair, scoreless after one.
Gracias por quererme mucho. Feliz Día de los Padres para ti, para todos los padres del mundo. Y I love you forever and see you later.
Happy Father's Day from the Galvis girls. That's outstanding.
Is that so precious? That's great.
Now Freddie's coming up here to begin things in the second inning. They are doing a ton of work on the mound. Not sure what the issue was here, but Tehran was about to throw his warm-up tosses, and Joe West, crew chief, came over, and then the groundskeeper came out there as well, and now they're redoing the whole area around the rubber. I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure either. They got the tamper out. They are.
This is a full pit crew.
I was just going to say, yeah. And of course, you got the guys just standing around watching. That's great.
They have a role too, though. There's one guy there sprinkling something.
You know, like the construction sites of San Diego, they got the guys doing all the work, and then they got the other guys just kind of hanging out.
another guy with a rake who occasionally will rake some.
Yeah.
And they're coming to an end here. Why all this was necessary, I don't know.
I don't know either. You know, we mentioned Tehran goes from the first base side of that pitcher's plate. I don't know whether it got dug out so far from before or Ed Mangan. He's been with the Atlanta Braves since like 1990 over at the old place. I mean, the old place, Fulton County Stadium.
He's
Look
got
at
a
that.
new mound to work with now.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Well, today is Father's Day. Let's hear a story from Eric Lauer, Padres pitcher.
We were playing catch, and for some reason I was standing directly in front of a window, and he claims that it went off my glove, but I think he completely airmailed me, and he just sent it right through my grandma's window, and she was not very happy about that one, but it was kind of funny because it was just kind of like that stereotypical scenario where like you're playing baseball and you break a window and the grandma gets mad. So I always thought that was funny.
Throwing Dad under the bus.
Yeah. Dad thought he got a glove on it too. That's pretty good.
That's funny. I remember playing catch with my dad out in the front yard. We had a little sidewalk, and he'd pace it off. At that time, Little League and then Pony League, whatever. And down the street, I mean, the sidewalk continued 4, 5, 6 houses down. So I'd bounce a curveball or something, and I'd skip a fastball, and he'd give it the old lay. He's not going to get in front of it. He's in his, work gear.
Yeah.
And he would just look at me and he goes, "I'm a receiver, not a retriever. Go get it." So I'd have to go run down 4 or 5 houses.
Get your curveball back.
And get the ball.
Ender. This pitch is in there for strike one. As Freddie Galvis leads it off here in the second inning. They have fixed the mound for Julio Tehran. In on the grass at third is Ryan Flaherty, a step or two. As Galvis will take strike two. Galvis, Margot, and Lopez to bat here in the second inning. Tehran with 2 strikeouts in the first. Walked a batter, hit a batter. It's been a little bit all over the place. Let's welcome in Annie.
The word down here is that Tehran was complaining that the mound was uneven, so they have fixed that for him. That's the word I'm getting.
Wow.
Well, I didn't see a surveying crew out there with the old, what's that called? The laser level?
I don't think I ever knew what it was called. I know what it is. I don't know what it does.
I still don't know how it works. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Tell you what, they worked quickly and they did a fine job. Looks great.
It's definitely level now. I'd be curious to know if Matt Strom felt that it was uneven. Outfield playing for Galvis to go the other way. Pitch 30 coming up for Tehran. And a swing and a miss. Galvis strikes out. It's 3 strikeouts in a row now for Julio Tehran.
Well, earlier we saw in the first inning strikeouts with the fastball. This is the breaking ball, down and in, and that is perfectly placed.
One out here in the second inning, and well, Margot takes a pitch in for ball 1. 233 with a home run, 17 runs batted in. Popped up. The catcher Suzuki coming back towards the screen, but he won't have a play. Couple rows deep and behind the screen. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So Tehran, who struck out Renfro, Spangenberg, and Galvis, has just jumped ahead of Margot here, 1-2. Almost ducked into that pitch, and it evens at 2-2. Rafi Lopez waiting on deck. Padres batting here in the visiting half of the second inning in a scoreless contest. Popped up, foul ground, third base way. Flaherty will give it a look, but won't have a play. Lands on the roof of the Padres dugout. Popped up first base way. Freeman headed over, and he won't have a play. Annie, curious, how much warmer is it down there today here for the day game than the first 3 games?
Dawn, it is sweltering down here. The temperature, the thermometer says about 95 degrees, but then you've got some humidity that's creeping it up to at least 100, 102. So the luck that we got in the last few games, as you guys know, is that in the middle innings or the early innings in the night games, the sun went a little bit down, and so it wasn't so hot. But right now, that sun is bouncing off of everything here.
Wow. It looks on the warm side down there. A late afternoon, early evening game yesterday. And a swing and a miss here for Margot. That's 4 strikeouts in a row for Tehran.
Well, he's doing it with the fastball, doing it with the breaky ball, and he puts away Manuel Margot here with a little slider. Just a little bit, maybe even a little cut fastball away. But all upper body for Manuel.
2 down here in the second. Brings up Rafi Lopez. Bats out of the 8 spot. '40th pitch coming up for Tehran. Lopez had an RBI on Thursday night, his 13th of the year. That sets a new career high for him. 12 had been his high last year with the Toronto Blue Jays.
You know, it's days like this that take me back to the old ballparks that had AstroTurf.
Oh.
St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
Yep. Philadelphia.
Philly. Montreal.
Kansas City, the American League. Wow.
Remember hearing stories about guys coming back in from playing the field and dipping their feet in ice buckets.
Yes. That's Strom, the pitcher, waiting on deck with 2 down here in the second inning. That's a strike again. I guess that's going to be a strike today.
You know, just for the people at home, the radio booth is right next to us. There's a window that we can see Jesse and Tony Gwynn Jr. Right after that pitch, Tony Gwynn Jr. was looking right over at us like, really?
Swing and a miss, and down goes Suzuki on the backswing. Rafi Lopez gets him, and Suzuki is hurt. Another one of those backswings. We've seen so many of them this year, more than ever. And on the strikeout of Rafi Lopez, gets him right on top.
And he's wearing the traditional helmet with the traditional mask.
We will step aside as they check on Kurt Suzuki. Scoreless after an inning and a half. And Kurt Suzuki walking off on his own, certainly a good sign there after being hit in the head in the backswing from Rafi Lopez.
Yeah, he got rattled big time. He was down on the ground for a good time and attended by the trainers there, and you can see still trying to get his bearings straight.
See if he stays in this game as Rafi Lopez puts down the signs now for Matt Strom in the second inning. Ender Enciarte leads it off and will take ball one. Enciarte batting out of the sixth spot, to be followed by Camargo and Flaherty. And Margot, the center fielder, over towards left center. Big gap out in right center field. Enciarte with good speed. Bloops it foul off to the left out of play. You love that every time they do that.
Yeah, the foul ball. They got the car alarm going off, the horn. It's the simple things, Don, that amuse me.
Fouled off to the left again.
Boy, you can see how Strom is difficult to hit. He throws a little bit across his body. Little deception in there. 95 away, and you're a left-handed hitter. Good luck. He goes from the third base side of that pitcher's plate, direct angle down and away to the lefty. Well, he's a big kid. All 6'3" of them, 185. Good stride over the top, good follow through.
Popped up, shallow left. Out goes Galvis into shallow left for out number one. Let's send it down to Annie.
Guys, as we've been talking about, it's another Johnny Allstaff day for the Padres. It's their fourth bullpen start in as many weeks, and they've been successful to this point. They won the last two games they tried this, only allowed 3 runs in 2 games combined. And it's interesting, Andy Green said that even when Joey Lucchesi comes back from the disabled list, which could be as early as this coming week, that he isn't going to rule out the use of the bullpen start for the rest of the season or at points during the season. Now, he wouldn't elaborate and he wouldn't give details, but I did ask him if hypothetically he thinks that these bullpen starts are sustainable, and he said it depends on roster construction. Every roster is different, but he did say he thinks it's sustainable for the Padres. They have a number of guys in their bullpen that are starters or formerly starters. Now, that doesn't mean that they'll be using these for the rest of the season, but it is interesting to note that he wouldn't rule out that they're going away. And Don, Mudd, I'm curious what you guys think about these bullpen starts and if you think they're sustainable.
Annie, that's a great question, and thank you so much for that report. It matters on the other relievers in the other 4 days, how they're being used. If there's going to be 2 games prior to this one where they eat up the bullpen, right?
Yeah, it's all about that.
That's going to limit Johnny Holstaff Day.
And what happens tomorrow? Fly ball headed out towards left field. Jankowski comes in and over. And he makes the catch out, number 2. On this Father's Day, of course, yesterday, we talked with Tony about the loss of his dad, which was 4 years ago yesterday. And Tony Gwynn Jr. tweeting this out today. Everything I know as a father, I learned from this guy. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Let's all enjoy our day. Great shot there of him and his dad.
That's super.
And Tony Gwynn will be along in the 4th inning through the 6th inning of this game, as always.
I love that kid.
He's a good man.
Isn't he? He's such a pleasure to be around. We have some chuckles, don't we?
Yes, we do. He's a great analyst, too.
We like to yuck it out.
That looks like Tyler Flowers is getting ready to come into this game. Not a good sign for Kurt Suzuki. Now 1 pitch coming up to Ryan Flaherty. So 2 down, and Flaherty here batting for the first time.
Oh, come on. That was a strike an inning ago.
Yeah, now why is it not?
Yeah.
Plate umpire today, Nick Marley. On the corner, there you go. Corner of 8th and K?
No, corner of Peachtree and Paces Ferry. Every street here is Peachtree. Hey, where do you live, Peachtree? Oh, yeah, so do I.
2-2 pitch to Flaherty. And a swing and a miss as Strom strikes him out. 4th strikeout for Strom. We head to the 3rd without a score from Atlanta.
I love you and hoping to get to see you here pretty soon. Hope you enjoy it with Mom. Love you.
Yeah, I'd like to wish my dad happy Father's Day. I love you, and we'll see you soon.
I just want to wish you happy Father's Day. Thank you for everything with supporting me throughout my baseball career and life in general. And I'll see you in Atlanta. Happy Father's Day.
Now back in Atlanta on this Father's Day as we play along here to the top of the third inning. A warm day in Hotlanta as the Padres and Braves wrap up their 4-game series. And Kirk Suzuki does leave this game, as it turns out. Yeah. Tyler Flowers now takes over to do the catching. Suzuki was hit on the backswing by Rafi Lopez. Matt Strom leading it off here for San Diego in the third. 5 straight strikeouts for Julio Teheran. How big a deal is it to change catchers in the middle? 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. How big a deal is it to change catchers in the middle of your start?
I think it shouldn't be so big of a big deal. They've caught each other before. They know their stuff. They know their tendencies. I don't think it should be a big deal.
Strom, Jankowski, and Hosmer. And Strom goes chasing after that. How about 6 strikeouts in a row here for Julio Teheran? 1 down.
Well, Don, on this Father's Day, I was going through Twitter today, and I see that you shared this with everybody.
Yeah, kind of a weird day for me today,
yeah.
to be honest with you. Lost my dad in August last year, pancreatic cancer. So I guess for everybody, the first one's pretty tough.
I'll bet.
But certainly miss him every day.
I remember you, I always give you a hard time, and I try to mess up your picture when you take a picture of the ballpark,
Yes,
right?
Yes, that's true.
But I found out that you would, every venue you would go, you would send your dad each and every day, or every series. And I think that's very sweet. I love that.
You always want to know what I saw, even though he was watching on MLB TV. You want to know what I could see. So.
Right. That's awesome.
But yeah, you always try to mess it up. You still do.
Yeah, Don tries to work his phone with the panoramic view, and he gets about halfway through, and I'll nudge his elbow.
Push me. Back to the mound, and Teheran fields and throws. 2 down. Well, a special day today, certainly Father's Day. I know you had a chance to talk to your dad, Larry, today.
Yeah, back in Joliet, where it's 100 degrees.
Nice.
And very hot and humid, but I can't say the world enough about my dad, what he meant to me, and not only baseball but life in general and every sport. He was into all sports, and I always tell him, I said, if I'm half the dad that you were, I think I've done a pretty good job. So
absolutely,
my dad Larry is my idol, my hero.
Sat in with us last year, Wrigley Field.
Yes, he did.
That was a pretty cool day for him, I can tell you that.
Yeah, he loves being at the yard. He still coaches.
And he gave us a ride back to the hotel, which was
huge. And that's why you really like him.
We didn't have to wait for the bus. It was great.
Yeah, this year he'll be 86.
That's great.
Yeah.
And Travis Jankowski is gone here. 2 down in the inning, and Eric Hosmer gets a second look at Teheran. Hosmer grounded out in the first inning. On the ground down the first baseline at Freeman. He will tag the bag. And that'll end the inning through 2.5 without a score.
his dad, Raphael, here on this Father's Day. How fun is it to be here on Father's Day watching your son catch a game?
No, it's just surreal. I mean, to see him on this field and this stage, and makes you flash back to the journey to get here, and wiffle ball in the backyard, and Little League, and college ball, and all the trips he's made on the way here, the perseverance, the resiliency. I'm super proud of him, super happy for him.
He told me a story that at one point when he was about 12, he thought he was going to quit baseball and take up hockey. He said you weren't too happy about that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I thought he was kidding with me. It's his 12-year-old year, and as every baseball parent knows, that's the year you can go to the Little League World Series. So just before his 12-year-old year, he comes to me and said, "Dad, I want to play hockey." And I was like, okay, stop joking with me. But he was serious, and actually it was a great thing for him. We missed out the opportunity to play Little League, but he actually is an excellent goaltender, and he would flip to defense, had a hell of a shot, slap shot from the point. He did that for a year, and he was like, "Okay, Dad, I want to play ball again." So I was, okay, fine. We'll just let it go with the flow and stay out of his way.
And look how things turned out now,
exactly.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, he said you don't get to see him a lot, and his mom, your wife, passed away a few years ago. Does that make this even more special?
It does. I look at it as me being her eyes right now. She's here all the time with us. His first home run was in Tampa. I was lucky enough to be there, and as he's rounding second base, there was a lightning strike. It's a closed stadium. I'm sure that was her applauding and her approval. So yeah, it is special, without a doubt.
It's really incredible. We appreciate you sharing that with us. And have you been able to spend some time with him? I think you guys were able to go to dinner last night and take in some sights and sounds here in Atlanta.
Not as much as we'd like. I mean, there's a lot of preparation involved in his position. We did get to eat dinner last night. It was awesome. One of his college teammates joined us. We had a great time. It was incredible.
Fantastic. We appreciate you, Raphael. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and enjoy this Father's Day. Enjoy the game with your son.
Thank you. And happy Father's Day to everybody out there. And we're appreciative of the San Diego Padre organization and the city for the opportunity he's been given.
Very nice, guys.
So much.
Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Annie. Well, I'll tell you this. He did a tremendous job. Rafi Lopez is a gentleman and a tremendous kid.
He most certainly is. What a great dad.
As Matt Strom begins his third inning, he gets the first out. Tehran flied out. And there is action in the pen for the first time. It's deeper than he has been before, pitch count wise. 44. Went around, and that is strike three. So second time that Dansby Swanson has struck out. That's 5 Ks now for Strom. What a catch to begin this inning.
Yeah, Hunter Renfroe coming in at the last second, extending towards the infield. He shows Joe West the ball after the catch. That's a big out.
So 2 down here in the third, and it brings up Charlie Culberson. Bunt bid, Strom bobbles it, and Culberson a reach.
Well, you can't anticipate anybody completing a play, but if Matt Strom comes up with this cleanly, chances are he's probably going to get Charlie Culberson. Cannot find the handle by that time. Culberson getting down the line quickly.
They charged Strom with an error, so no base hit. Culberson aboard with 2 down, and comes Andy Green. He's going to take the baseball from Strom. We mentioned this is the furthest he's gone pitch-wise. 46 pitches, and that is a day for Strom. We'll step aside in a scoreless game from Atlanta. course, for Atlanta. It's time for our Kia drive to success. Talking about strikeouts, certainly Castillo's got some of them, but most strikeouts by bullpens, and the Yankees first, then the Brewers, and then the Padres with 284. And since joining the Padres, Jose Castillo's had his fair share. He's in now for Matt Strong.
Yeah, not a lot of traffic on the bases when the bullpen guys come in. He inherits one runner.
Fly ball to right field. Hunter Renfroe on one pitch waits on it and puts it away. That'll end the third. Nicely done by Castillo. We played 3. No score from Atlanta. On the mound, and in for us is Tony Gwynn Jr. here for the middle 3. And Tony, the last couple of games, this has been the way this has gone. Runs have been tough to come by.
Yeah, both teams have pitched well and been real tough on the offense. Tehran came out today and was a little erratic in those first couple at bats, settled in, and has really been tough to hit since.
Got the mound fixed in between, too.
Yeah, clearly there's something going. They had the entire grounds crew working on it.
It was unbelievable. It's like a pit crew came out there. And leading it off is Jose Perella, and he'll take strike 1. The 13-day layoff for Tehran, activated before the game today. So far has 6 strikeouts in this game. They came in a row.
Julio Tehran has been the #1 for these guys for quite some time. With the emergence of the young Braves pitchers, he's been able to slide into a spot that probably more suitable for him.
Kind of effectively wild, I guess is the way I would
he
describe
has.
him.
That's how Strom was too with that slider. It was hard to really gauge where it was going. Some were up, some were down, some were moving like cutters, and Tehran has had this kind of the same effect. Effectively wild.
Swing and a miss, and there's strikeout number 7 for Tehran.
See the fastball 4-seam riding up in the zone. Catches the outer third of the plate. It's barely swinging.
I would imagine with as hard as he throws, it would be a very comfortable at bat.
You would think so, but he's doing a good job of staying out of the middle of the plate. He works quick too. He's also getting a little help on that side of the plate.
Yes, he is. And then some.
And you know what? Nick Marley, the home plate umpire, has been consistent on that side of the plate.
Consistently wrong. That's Corey Spangenberg what he thinks. This one fouled off the home plate umpire, Nick Marley.
Corey Spangenberg, Rafi Lopez. You can ask Flaherty over there at third base. how he feels about it. Players are doing a good job. Padres have done a good job, really, because they've been on the wrong side of a lot of these calls, and they've kept their cool, at least the players have, and have gone out and played the game like they're supposed to. They leave the arguing up to their manager.
0-2 to Renfroe. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. That's 8 strikeouts for Tehran. Second time Renfroe's down by way of the K.
Tehran's really using the top of the zone effectively today.
Second time he's got Renfroe that way.
Second time he's got Renfroe, and when you mentioned the velocity, when you're not throwing at a high velocity, 92, 93 miles per hour, it's important to use all 4 quadrants. In, out, up, down, and you're seeing that from Julio Tehran today.
So 2 down here in the 4th inning brings up Corey Spangenberg. That was a strike before.
I certainly cringed because I thought he was going to ring that up. But you and Mud talk about a lot, wrapping around the plate there.
Surrounded the plate. I talk about it. Mud doesn't believe that it can happen, but I do.
It definitely happens. I can tell you,
tell
as
that?
a hitter,
Yes.
I've definitely seen balls wrap around the plate and get a strike call.
Exactly. Ryan Buchter used to do it a lot.
Yes.
He was with us.
Yes.
On the ground on 1 hop to second base. Camargo goes to first. And Spangenberg's retired. Another easy inning for Tehran, who's got 8 Ks now. Scoreless through 3.5. All right, thanks very much, Mike. And yes, we would like to echo our congratulations to Jason Lewis as well. Our fine producer does a terrific job. And
that a boy, Jay Lou.
There you go. Get yourself an Emmy.
Get you an Emmy.
Nick Markakis fouls it off to the left. This one fouled off down the left field line into the seats.
You don't see too many balls hit that stands anymore with the new netting.
No. Major League active leaders, most hits since 2006. Nick Markakis. A lot of that is a member of the Baltimore Orioles who are coming here to Atlanta. Going to be very interesting. This offseason, he is a free agent.
Oh, yeah, and he's putting up career numbers.
Perfect.
Perfect timing. Of course, I mean, it's going to make the Braves want to come back. You know, if you have a bad year, nobody really wants to sign you. So it's good that he's having a good year right now and his contract year.
That is strike three. Markakis knew it, takes with him the 6th strikeout for Padres pitching today. One down here in the 4th inning.
Castilla has been really impressive. Over the half of the guys he's faced have ended just like this with a punchy. Nick Markakis not being an easy guy to punch out.
What makes him so tough?
I think it's the velocity and then the slider that goes with it. It seems like it's got some depth to it. I mean, he doesn't have any gimmicks going on. It's pretty straightforward with his windup. So, I mean, it just has to be that the velocity on the fastball mixed in with the kind of break he gets on his slider. And these guys haven't seen a lot of them, too, so that also plays a factor in it.
He's made some guys look really bad.
I mean, he's not really wild. You've seen he's around the zone. So, you know, usually guys, who, especially lefties who throw hard, especially against other lefties, it's a problem because they're kind of effectively wild. They may have some type of hitch in their windup. Castilla's pretty normal.
This one lined into left field. Tyler Flowers batting for the first time in the game, took over for Kurt Suzuki and has got himself a 1-out base hit. It's just the 2nd hit of the day for Atlanta.
Now fastball is supposed to be away. Runs over the middle of the plate. Tyler Flowers, who wasn't even starting this game, gets his first at bat and singles to left.
1 on, 1 out. Ender Inciarte coming up. In on the grass at third is Spangenberg, in case he entertains any thoughts of bunting here. Doesn't appear to, and Rafi Lopez able to grab that. Movement can be tough on your own catcher.
All looked like it had a little cut to it at 95.
Surrounds that very nicely as well, and it's 2-0.
That's a good slider. I mean, it's tough to lay off. Obviously, Inciarte saw that one pretty well, but there's not a lot. It looks like the fastball coming out of his hand, and then all of a sudden it takes a sharp right turn. That'll make anybody uncomfortable.
The 2-0 pitch is just going to miss outside. Freddie Galvis took a step towards the pitcher's mound and said something to Castillo, and the home plate umpire, Nick Marley, let everybody know that was a mound visit. Charged Padres with a mound visit.
Really?
Yeah. Strike over the inside corner, and it's 3-1. And Inciarte didn't think so.
I won't be surprised if somebody goes today.
A little frustration.
It's hot outside.
It's hot.
You're frustrated.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's both sides.
That is ball 4. First walk given up by Castillo. And they're 2 on with 1 out here in the 4th inning. It's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question. 5 different father-son duos have combined for over 4,000 career hits. Which duo has combined for the most? Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia. You have over 1,000 hits?
I think we're short. I think I didn't hold up my end of the bargain on this.
He certainly did.
He's 31 and some change. I think I'm a little bit short. Not quite 1,000.
2 on, 1 away, and this one turned on by Camargo down the left field line, off the wall. The ricochet is by Jankowski. 1 run is in. Here comes Inciarte, a bobble, and 2 runs will score, and the Braves take a 2-0 lead.
It's the first time we've really seen Castillo get touched at all. Fastball again, mislocation. Johan Camargo, who's been struggling this entire series, gets a fastball he can handle. He beats this ball off the left field wall. And Jankowski did not put himself in a good position to field it off the wall. And as a result, Inciarte is able to score all the way from first.
So a 2-run double for Camargo. It's 2-0 Atlanta, and here's Ryan Flaherty. Strike called again. It appears to be well out of the zone. That time he went, I think, and he did, according to Doug Eddings. 0-2.
Was there an appeal down there?
There was.
Looked like a strike.
Yeah, I think said he went. Checked Nick Marley, looked down in his direction, but 0-2. It's not often that announcers look into each other's booth during the games.
No.
But on 4 occasions, I have looked to my right and seen Jeff Francoeur and Joe Simpson looking back at me after some strike calls.
Yeah.
From both sides. It's not just us.
We've been looking in your booth.
Yes.
You've been looking in their booth.
Everybody's looking at everybody like, really?
What's going on here?
Yeah, we're looking over there, we're looking over here. It's like, really? We need sunglasses. That's what we need.
I got mine.
You got yours? I got to get mine out of my bag.
I don't want to be the cool guy with the only up here with shades on.
Braves guys, 2 out of 3. Here's a ground ball towards first base. And Hosmer will tag the bag for the second out of the inning. Camargo takes third. It's time out for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Pretty good catch turned in last inning by the Padres right fielder. Certainly more comfortable in right than he is in left on a Renfro.
Yeah, and you can tell, too, he gets a great jump on this ball and is able to just slide his glove underneath that ball before it hits the ground. Great effort, great athleticism by Hunter Renfro.
Two outs, runner at third. Julio Teheran getting his second plate appearance, flight out to right. First time up, and he'll take ball 1. Yeah, the first time we've really seen Jose Castillo in any kind of trouble at all.
Yeah, I mean, he's been, like I said, he's been lights out since entering the big leagues. But today the Braves have been able to scratch some runs against him.
He struck out Marquez to begin the inning. Flowers with a single to left, and Ciarte a walk, and then the 2-run double by Camargo. Now ground ball to deep short. Long throw for Galvis. He'll get it there. That'll end the inning, but a 2-run inning for the Braves. We head to the 5th, 2-0 Atlanta. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. By Petco, the pet company. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Mark Grant's brother, Jimmy Blooper Grant, who performs here at SunTrust Park in Atlanta. And his brother Jimmy. You didn't know he had a brother Jimmy? That's Jimmy.
It's certainly the dome. The dome fits.
Yep, Jimmy Grant. Lives here in Atlanta, in Marietta, actually. And performs here daily. They call him Blooper.
They call him Blooper. And that's Mudcat's brother,
That's
huh?
right. Mud and Blooper.
Oh.
Really, Mark and Jimmy are their real names.
Clearly his hat is the same size as
Yes,
Mud's.
it is.
Okay.
It's like a 9-something.
9.5.
Yeah, Freddie Galvis standing in. There he is, Blooper's brother.
He didn't cover himself up on that one.
No. Now it's Galvis, Margot, and Lopez here in the 5th inning. Freddie struck out swinging, but he's not alone in that category. 8 strikeouts for Tehran. Season high is 9 Ks. Now has a 2-run lead with which to work.
Throughout Freddie's career, he has really given Julio Tehran the business. More hits against him than any other pitcher he's faced. Obviously, being in the National League East for so long, they saw a lot of each other.
Swing and a miss, and Galvis strikes out. You think he foul tipped it? Apparently not, according to home plate umpire Nick Marley. That's 9 Ks. Galvis striking out for the 2nd time today.
Take a look at it right here. Slider down and in. It's tough to tell.
Yeah, it is. Galvis thought he did, but home plate umpire disagreed. 9 strikeouts for Tehran. 1 down here in the inning. Brings up Manuel Margot.
Padres with 9 strikeouts already. Something we haven't seen a lot of from them in quite some time.
Yeah, they've really cut down on that during the course of this trip, especially. No was concerned yesterday going up against Newcomb. It was a tough matchup for the Padres, but they handled themselves pretty well.
They did. They did. I think this has certainly been one of the ways the Padres have turned the corner. Talked a little bit about that velocity machine and how much they had been using it at home.
Fouled off to the right, 1-2.
But you know what? You get to the end of a road trip, and sometimes those can be the toughest times to keep your concentration long enough. You know you got a day off tomorrow. You know you got this last game here, and you're headed home. Sometimes those are the toughest games because you can see that break coming after such a tough road trip.
However brief that next homestand may be.
Yeah. It's like you guys just get your feet down in San Diego and it's back on the road again.
There's going to be unpacking and repacking going on tomorrow.
The only unpacking is getting clean clothes into the suitcase.
Yes. 1 for 2 against the Oakland A's and back out again. Tough month of June for the San Diego Padres.
I think this month is obviously going to tell a lot about where this ball club is going to be.
To right field, and Nick Markakis almost in his tracks out there for out number 2 of the 5th inning. Time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. Fathers and son duos have combined for over 4,000 career hits. Which duo has combined for the most?
The Ponds have got to be on there, right?
You would think so.
No.
The Griffies, 4,924 hits. Senior with 2143. And junior with 2781.
I figured those guys were on there. I mean,
yeah.
They actually played with each other, so.
This one is to right center field, and over comes Enciarte. Now another 1-2-3 inning for Julio Teheran. He has not given up a hit yet through 5.
Audrey Stammen, and this is Chase Stammen. Hi, Craig. Happy Father's Day. We love you so much. You are the best dad and the best husband ever. We're so thankful for you and everything you do for us. You're kind and you're loving and you're respectful, and we're just so grateful that you're in our lives. So I hope you have the best first Father's Day ever.
Well, Dad is on the mound as we move along here to the bottom of the 5th inning. Craig Stammen comes in. The Braves on top 2-0, and Craig is the third pitcher used by the Padres in this one, making an appearance in his 30th game of the year. 4-0, 2.23 earned run average. There's 5 walks to 35 Ks. Pretty even splits to lefties and righties, and Dansby Swanson leading it off.
There are some good show shoes going on this field today. Stammen rocking the baby blue Nikes. I'm a shoe guy, guys. Sorry.
Ah, I guess so. I didn't even notice. One of these days you have the chance to break out new gear.
This is probably everybody's favorite day, right? You get, whether it's Mother's Day or Father's Day, you get to rock either the pink shoes or the baby blue in this case. It's like Christmas when you come in and you see all those boxes waiting at your locker.
And we got changes here for the Padres, as now Jankowski has moved to center field, and Renfroe is in left, Reyes now in right. Margot comes out of the game. 2-2.
Certainly hope that Margot is okay.
Fouled off. We'll do it again here. 2-2. Jose Castillo went an inning and a third, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. Walked a batter, struck out a batter, and is on the hook. It's touched up for the first time in his major league career.
And it's something new for Jose Castillo.
Yeah, new area.
Hasn't really ventured into the whole getting hit by the opposing team thing.
Contact hasn't really.
Right.
Swing and a miss, and no contact there. Swanson strikes out. Strikeout for Craig Stammen. 1 down in the 5th. Let's take a look around the league. Who's hot? Well, the LA Dodgers all of a sudden have won 11 of their last 13 games. Hit 34 home runs during that time, and they're scoring over 7 runs a game. How about the Seattle Mariners?
Yeah.
22-6 since May the 18th. They're 23 one-run games. Leads the majors, and the Astros got a 10-game winning streak. They're getting hot, outscoring opponents right now, 74-36. The one surprise on there right now for me is the Mariners.
There's no doubt.
Unbelievable.
They're playing some terrific baseball, you know, and this is really after they lose Robinson Cano to the suspension. They just got on a roll and have not looked back.
Gene Segura, wow.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Seen that guy play well in Milwaukee. You've seen him play well in Arizona. Seems like it's starting to click for him a little bit. Having D. Gordon move from center field back to second base seems like defensively has made them a better defensive team as well.
Look at the standings. The Mariners able to beat the Red Sox last night 1-0. They've taken 2 out of 3 of that series so far against Boston. Pitch in there for a strike.
When you look at those two teams at the top, you wonder if Seattle can keep up the pace, but if they can just play good baseball from here out, you got to assume that one of the wild cards is going to come out of the West, and you can assume that the other is going to come out the East.
Yeah, it's a 2-team race in the East. Chopped off the plate high in the air. Spangenberg racing in, throws on the run, and just in time. Nice play by Spangenberg. Culberson thought he beat it out. We'll see if the Braves are going to challenge.
My initial instinct is that he didn't. Spangenberg came in on this ball beautifully. Catches and throws all in one motion. That's going to be close. I think the throw gets him just
no
barely.
challenge. Braves are not going to challenge. Nice play by Spangenberg. 2 down. Brings up Freddie Freeman. Struck out but reached on a wild pitch in the first inning. Flied out to right in the third inning. Fly ball headed foul. You only get 2 chances to see the East here coming from the West. Padres played the Braves at Petco Park already, and will wrap up the season series here today. And one thing you come away from after seeing the Braves, this guy right here is a real deal.
The real deal. And he's having a fantastic year. I mean, to me, we talked about it yesterday. The MVP race we're in today, he's the MVP. And I don't think it's close. Of course, I'm not counting pitchers in there.
Yeah, we had that discussion yesterday. Max Scherzer may be listening today, but yesterday you weren't having it.
Max, if you're listening, you already got the Cy Young, man. You don't need an MVP too. Don't be selfish.
In the air, down the left field line, and foul.
The funny thing, though, this Padre team came in facing a really hot Braves team, and you go through the list of these guys. Not very many guys are having success. The Padres have done a good job of keeping Freddie Freeman in check. I mean, Charlie Culberson is the guy who's had the best series against the Padres in this 4-game set. I think if you go into a series and you say Charlie Culberson's going to have the best series, I think you feel pretty good about that. That's no disrespect to Charlie Culberson.
I know the pitchers have to execute, but how much credit do you give Darren Balsley as a pitching coach on how they're going to approach each one of these hitters?
The mad scientist is one of the best in all of baseball at game planning. And I've always felt that way in my time playing here, time playing against him. He sees things that a lot of pitching coaches don't, and he attacks them. And when the pitchers are executing, this is what you get.
Swing and a miss, and Freeman strikes out. Nicely done by Craig Stammen. It's a 1-2-3 fifth. It's 2-0 Braves. Tehran coming back after a 13-day rest and dominating in this game. 9 strikeouts through the first 5 innings for the starter. Also, defensively has been very good, but has kept the Padres at bay all day so far. Injury to Kurt Suzuki and a backswing by Rafi Lopez chases him from the game. Tyler Flowers has to come in, and some good defense by the Padres. Hunter Renfroe coming from right, making the diving catch. The difference in this game, a double by Johan Camargo off the wall in left field that scores 2. It was off Jose Castillo in the 4th inning, and the Braves have a 2-0 advantage as we play on to inning number 6 now back at SunTrust Park. First plate appearance for Franmil Reyes. Came into the game defensively in right field last inning. 224, 6 homers, 8 runs batted in. Padres still in search of their first hit as they bat here in the 6th inning.
You know, Don, we were talking about Darren Balsley and his game planning. That last at bat to Freddie Freeman was a really good example. Early in the series, he saw a lot more backdoor breaking balls, fastballs at the top of the zone. Now, as we get to the 4th game, you're starting to see that slider down and in, back foot to Freddie Freeman. And those are the kind of adjustments that Darren Balsley makes a lot. Mid-series, okay, we're going to attack him this way now. He's starting to kind of cheat a little bit out over there. Okay, let's start pounding him down and in now. You don't see that very often, mid-series adjustments from a pitching staff. Unless a guy's been wearing you out, and Freddie Freeman was 3 for 10 coming in today. I don't consider that wearing Padres out.
No, I consider it contained for the most part. From his standards especially. Swing and a miss for Reyes. He becomes strikeout number 10 for Julio Tehran.
We've seen the Braves pitchers really throughout this series attack up Julio Tehran today. That's how he's been attacking his Padre hitters. See Renfroe go down on the fastball. Varela going down on the fastball. Up again, Renfroe. Fastball up out of the zone. And listen, when you're throwing 92, 93, which is these days a little bit slow in velocity, you got to use all 4 quadrants.
Travis Jankowski will take a strike. Walk, stole a base, left at 3rd in the 1st inning, grounded out in the 3rd. That was the best opportunity the Padres have had in this game, and again, they didn't have a hit, but they had runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out in the 1st and could not score. Renfroe struck out. Spangenberg struck out. 10 Ks today for Tehran. 11th game with 10 or more strikeouts in his career.
It's really about when the Padres are striking out. You know, they did a good job. Jankowski gets the walk. He's still 2nd. Hosmer moves him over. You have 2 shots to get him in from 3rd. And you don't really have to get a hit. You just have to put it in play. And Padres end up with 2 strikeouts, something they've avoided as of recent.
He's in a stretch right now where he's retired 15 Padres in a row. And again, has not allowed a hit through 5 1/3 innings today. He is at 82 pitches.
Did we mention that they don't have a hit yet?
Mentioned it.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure we got that out of the way.
Yep. Let's get this Jinx thing going. That's ball 4. And down to first base goes Jankowski. Second time that Jankowski has walked in this game. Well, the Padres hit 2 home runs in a single game. Tweet at Fox Sports SD using the hashtag #HitToGetTo for your chance to win 4 new Hankook tires. Brought to you by Evans Tire and Service Centers. 1 out, 1 on. Eric Hosmer, the batter. 0 for 2 today. Has grounded out to first and grounded out to second. Throw over and Jankowski back to the bag, crossed over to get back. An update from the Braves on Kurt Suzuki, removed from the game as a precaution, being evaluated by the training staff, listed as day-to-day. He got hit on the backswing by Rafi Lopez and had to leave the game.
That's good news for the Braves. Not, at least at this point, demonstrating concussion symptoms. So,
full protocol, it's got to be followed now, which is a good thing.
It's a great thing, especially with the awareness of head injuries a lot more prevalent now than maybe in past years. Teams want to be, out in front of these type of things.
Throw over and back is Jankowski.
Julio Teheran is on notice. Travis Jankowski has already swiped one bag today.
Checking again.
Here in the 6th inning, down 2. This may not be the spot to run, especially with Eric Hosmer up, who can easily tie this ball game with one swing of the bat.
Again. What point do you get tired of diving back and now you're not going to run?
It happens every so often when you get a pitcher that just is content on just continuing to pick over there over and over again.
There he goes. Pitch outside, throw down. Jankowski is out at second base. I'm not sure if it's when he came off the bag or not. Not a bad pitch to work with there. Almost looked like a pitch out for the catcher, Tyler Flowers.
Good jump. Looks like Travis just came off the bag. When it's hot like this and it's moist, that dirt almost works as wheels.
Yeah, he beat the throw, but I think it may have been when he came off the bag. I'm not sure he was in contact with the bag when the tag stayed on him.
Definitely came off the bag there, and give Dansby Swanson some credit for keeping the tag on as long as he did.
Otherwise, that's a stolen base.
It's an easy stolen base.
Would have been the second of the game for Jankowski. Padres do not challenge.
Did look like he got a little help from Swanson a little bit. You could see him applying the tag. It's a strong tag. Oh, yeah, he definitely pushed him off.
Definitely did. That's a shove.
What if you karate chop his hand as he's trying to push you off? Is that legal?
I don't know. Good question. Probably not. Did he go? No. I'll check with Doug Eddings, third base umpire.
Just saying, if he's allowed to push you off,
yes,
you should be allowed to karate chop his hand off of there. A little swim move it off or something.
Yeah. Two. And a full count now. He's not allowed to hit through 5 2/3 innings. A lot of full counts. This is full count number 6. Part of the reason that he is at, well, this will be 89 pitches. Hosmer fouls it off, stays alive, and we'll see another.
The 10 strikeouts that he has also pushes that pitch count up. He hasn't had very many of the 3-pitch variety.
He walked Jankowski with 1 out. That broke up a string of 15 in a row, retired by the right-hander. Pitched 90 of his outing. That hit him. Apparently did not. So ball 4, and down to first base goes Hosmer.
Second walk in a row now. Julio Teheran.
Third of his outing. Puts a runner at first with 2 down, brings a tying run to the plate again. This time in Jose Perella, who has been hit by a pitch and struck out.
You wonder, is Teheran starting to fatigue a little bit? His first start back, and after coming off the DL, he's up to 90 pitches.
Rather warm day.
Yeah. Prior to those 2 walks, he had only walked the guy in the first inning, which was Travis Jankowski, to lead off the game. Been pretty solid since then.
Struck out Reyes to begin the inning. Walks Jankowski, but they catch Travis trying to steal. Walks Hosmer with 2 down. So a runner at first. And a 1-1 coming up here to Jose Perella. Two and 1.
3 straight sliders here to Jose Perella. Certainly does not want to make a mistake. To Jose Perella, although he only has the 1 homer this year, he's certainly more than capable of driving the ball out of the ballpark.
Foul back below us, and it's 2-2 now to Perella. I think he wanted that one back.
Yeah. Got a mistake there from Teheran.
Look at the breakdown by inning. Worked the hardest in the first. As the walk, hit batter, 2 strikeout inning. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 11. Julio Teheran has not given up a hit through the first 6, and the Braves lead it 2-0. They approach Freddie Freeman his last time up.
You see the fastball there, gets away with one down the middle, searches one up, makes a perfect pitch here on the outside corner. Now he starts to work his way in. Misses again, gets away with it, then he finishes him off with that hard 91-mile-per-hour slider. Listen, hitting's hard. I mean, as you saw in those sequences of pitches, Stammen missed his spot twice. and Freddie Freeman wasn't able to do anything with it.
Nick Markakis leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Markakis in this game has an infield hit to first and has struck out looking. 2nd inning of relief here for Craig Stammen at a 1-2-3 5th inning. Liner to center field, in for a base hit for Markakis. His 2nd hit on the afternoon.
Nick Markakis came into today's game 1 for 9. He's mixed in an infield single. Gets right on this fastball. Probably a little more elevated than Craig Stammen would have liked. Nick Markakis with the nice, easy stroke. Line drive up the middle.
Lead runner on for the Braves here in the 6th inning, and here is Tyler Flowers for the 2nd time after he took over for Kurt Suzuki. And a single to left field in the 4th inning. It's one of the 4 hits for the Braves today. Well, the Braves starter, Julio Teheran, not allowed a hit through the first 6 innings, throwing 95 pitches. And it appeared in between innings that Brian Snitker was letting him know that he's done today.
The bullpen is active. And at 95 pitches, even though he has a no-hitter, it's unlikely he was going to be able to get through the end of this game anyway.
Carl is up in the pen. We've seen him a couple times in the series. Well, the Braves have no-hit the Padres twice in Atlanta. Phil Niekro in 1973. Kent Merker, Mark Wohlers, Alejandro Pena combined in 1991 to do it. Toward the first, and back is Markakis. Held on by Hosmer.
Braves are certainly, I shouldn't say the Braves, I should say Julio Teheran is pretty much keeping the Padres off of the board, especially in the hit column. Padres will have 9 more outs to change that.
They weren't sure what to expect from him off 13 days. They got a pretty good Julio Teheran today. Grounded towards short, could be 2. Galvis touches second, fires to first. Double play.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Perfect. Headed in that direction, and his momentum was headed there too.
This is easy work for a guy like Freddie Galvis. He's going to field this, step on the bag, throw pretty much all in one motion. Padres get 2 outs the easiest way possible.
2 down in the 6th inning for Ender Enciarte. Popped out to short and walked. Came around to score the 2nd Braves run. I like his walk-up music. I'm considering having walk-up music for myself.
Before the game starts?
Yeah, we've been throwing the idea around a little bit here the last couple of days.
I like the idea.
You know, you kind of come in right before the first pitch.
Right. You come on, have Mud bring you on.
Right.
Yeah.
So the walk-up music, and then I come in and do the game.
I like it.
I don't think an announcer has had walk-up music before.
You definitely be the first. You would definitely be the first.
I mean, the players do. I think we should have walk-up music. I mean, like, when you come in the 4th inning, there should be Tony music.
I'm a big fan of walk-up music. I mean,
did you
when I was playing, I was changing minds almost monthly. So that's right up my alley. But I'll wait for you to lead us on that.
All right. See how it goes. So far, production has not been too receptive.
I can imagine.
Trying to figure it out. Apparently, the music is expensive. I guess you have to buy it.
You have to buy it?
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
that might be a problem.
Yes. This one fouled off to the left out of play.
I mean, you could always get on GarageBand on the computer and make your own beat.
Do my own walk-up music.
Do your own walk-up music. Could have the stadium
figure something
play the song
out.
For
you know, you got to
play
figure something out. 2-2 pitch to Enciarte. It's going to miss ball 3.
I mean, you only get it at home. I mean, you only get walk-up music.
I want it on the road.
Oh, you want it on the road?
I want it everywhere. But I walk in, I want it. I want music.
I mean, not even the players get road walk-up songs. You want the whole thing.
Well, we have the capabilities.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, they could put together a nice little screenshot of you coming in. That'd be great.
Swing and a miss, and striking out is Inciarte. That will end the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. 2-0 Braves. Braves baseball brought to you by Jerome's Furniture, where Cherry's price is the lowest price every day. And by Kona Brewing Company. Enjoy a Big Wave Golden Ale or Longboard Lager today. Steamy day in Atlanta.
It's so hot in that suit, Don.
There is Jimmy Grant, Mark's younger brother, who is also the mascot here with the Braves. Lives in Marietta, Georgia, from Joliet, Illinois, originally. And a new pitcher in is Shane Carl, who takes over.
We saw Carl on Friday night, a third of an inning. He walked a batter. He struck out a batter. That was in the 9-3 victory. Padres beating the Braves in game 2. Did you guys notice Tehran? I know his pitch count is getting up there, but was he limping off the mound last half inning?
It did appear a little bit like that now you mention it, yeah. The pitch count was at 95. And the injury he was out with was the thumb contusion. So nothing with his leg that had him on the DL.
That's a good day in the big leagues, though, for Tehran.
Yep.
That's a good line.
Parts not allowing a hit through 6 innings. No runs, walked 3, struck out 11, had one stretch where he retired 15 batters in a row. In the air down the right field line, going to fall foul, and a nice grab by a fan in the first row.
Looking forward to getting home there, big boy?
I would have to say yes.
Yeah, it's been a long trip.
It really has. You?
I am too. I'm not going to complain, though, because this is what we sign up for, right? This is what we love to do, right? Boy, 6-4 sounds so much better than 5-5, though, doesn't it?
Makes a big difference.
I mean, 5-5 road trip like this, you got to be right.
Teams played.
Yeah.
Good Cardinals team, certainly a very good Braves team. You're right, 6-4 would make a big difference. 1-2 to Hunter Renfroe, leading it off here in the 7th. And he goes down swinging. Strikeout number 12 for Braves pitching.
We mentioned that after the final pitch, final out of the last inning, Tehran, see him kind of hobbling off the mound there. After getting in the dugout, Brian Snitker, the manager, has a chat with him. The pitch count was up and the old pat on the chest. Hey, that's a good workout, kid. Let's call it a day.
One down here in the 7th. Corey Spangenberg, 0 for 2 today. To center field, and that's going to get in for a base hit. Corey Spangenberg with a single, and the first Padres hit of the day comes with 1 out in the 7th inning.
Well, one thing is that you get into the Braves bullpen. Secondly, you break up the no-hitter, and hopefully it's an inning to where the wheels come off for the Braves. Multiple base runners, and Corey did a very nice job of staying back on that breaking ball from Carl. Letting it travel, taking it right back up the middle. You've got speed now at first base and the tying run up at the plate.
Freddie Galvis 0 for 2 today, has struck out twice, both times swinging. Throw over and back is Spangenberg. Well, Padres glad to see someone other than Julio Tehran in this game. Braves infield at double play depth with 1 out and 1 on. Popped up foul off to the left out of play.
I was talking with Jesse over on radio. Heat index down there, 104. There's the Braves bullpen. Bad numbers, 8.84. 6 games against the Padres this season. That's a lot of action.
Renfroe struck out. Spangenberg single. First hit of the day for the Padres as Spangenberg gains that lead. Two and 1 to Galvis.
Well, hopefully this inning the Padres can make some hay, at least tie it up, because for Shane Carl, his last 8 innings of work, he's allowed 6 earned runs on 9 hits, 5 walks. It's not good.
Matt Caesar has come out on deck. He would bat in the pitcher's spot, which is now 7th in the Padres order. Staying alive, fouling it back again. Hangs at 2-2. Runner goes, and Galvis fouls it off to the left out of play. Spangenberg was in motion at first base. Galvis lines one to left field. That's in for a base hit. And Spangenberg will take second base. Padres have put together back-to-back hits with one down here in the 7th inning.
Well, we mentioned the difficulties that Carl has been having lately over the last 8 innings. And that's a perfect example of Freddie Galvis not trying to do too much. See where Dansby Swanson was playing over towards second base. Pitch up and away. Just a little game of pepper to the opposite field.
Good at bat by Freddie Galvis. 8-pitch at bat. Gets himself a single the other way. 2 on, 1 away, and Matt Caesar the pinch hitter. There is strike 1 from Shane Carl. The Padres did not have a hit through 6 1/3 innings, but back-to-back base hits here in the 7th inning off the reliever Shane Carl. Corey Spangenberg and Freddie Galvis. 0-2.
Matt Caesar 3 for 20 in the pinch this year. He almost bet a fastball out of the zone or another sweeping breaking ball down and away here.
The bullpen this month of June with a 5.64 earned run average. It has been ugly for the Braves in the pen after starting very well. He went around, and that's strike 3, 2 down.
Went back to the breaking ball, and this time Matt cannot hold up. You see it out of the hand. Little curveball at 80.
Two outs, 2 on, and Rafi Lopez the batter. 0 for 2. He is struck out swinging and flied out to center. Runners in scoring position at 278. 5 for 18. Today 40,251 on hand. 42.51. 6th sellout here in the 3rd straight this 4-game series. Some fans have chosen to get out of the sun down there, the left field line where it is shining pretty brightly.
Yeah.
On a hot day. On the corner, maybe.
Wow. It's been like that all afternoon, hasn't it?
Nothing else. He's been consistent. I will say that. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 down. 2 on with the Braves on top, 2-0. Lopez grounds it foul over by the Braves dugout.
2018 Camping World MLB All-Star Ballot is open exclusively online. Make sure your favorite Padres are represented on this year's squad by voting at padres.com/vote. Catch all the excitement of the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th live on Fox. Where are the Braves housed?
They're housed on the first base side. 1-2 pitch coming up to Rafi Lopez. Two and 2. Spangenberg at second, Galvis at first, 2 down in the 7th. And a ground ball right side. Ranging is Camargo, a bobble, stays with it and still gets Lopez to end the inning. Padres will strand a pair. And it is 7th inning stretch here now. The Braves on top of the Padres 2-0 after 6.5. And we'll keep it right here at SunTrust Park in Atlanta, Georgia for the singing of God Bless America.
While the storm clouds gather
far across the sea,
let us swear allegiance to a land that's free.
Let us all be grateful for a land so fair.
As we raise our voices in a solemn prayer.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
They have the expectation of success as they're walking out. So anytime you have that, you know, everybody's looking towards each other to get their out so the next guy can come in and do his job. So it's a good thing they have going on right now. Every one of the relievers down there right now have total confidence that the guy's going to get the job done. They're prepared for their situation when the phone rings and nobody knows who it's going to be, and they're going to get it done.
And that was Padres bullpen coach Doug Bachler on this bullpen. They are posting a 1.38 ERA since the start of this road trip. And like Bachler said, they have so much confidence in one another. They're thriving on this passing of the baton. No one wants to be the weak link. They all want to sort of be the closer in their own innings. So there's a lot of belief there right now. And you know, guys, there's so much versatility in there too. Right now we're going to see that sidearm from Simber, but you have that splitter from Kirby Yates, the slider from Brad Hand. You just have a lot that you can go to here in this bullpen. Don Mudd, it's really coming together for these guys. And like Bachler said, a lot of belief in the kids next to them.
No question, Annie. This one is popped up foul back and out of play. I agree with all that.
Nice, Annie. Very good work. And I can only elaborate on that from living that. And it's cyclical. It happens everywhere. I remember Mark Davis, Dave Leeper, Calvin Schiraldi, Greg Harris, Greg Booker in that bullpen, rooting for one another. You know, you're warming up. You know you're going into the game, and they're cheering for you. Hey, and Annie made a good point. You're the closer for that inning, or for that hitter or two hitters, wherever you're out there for. Close it down, shut it down, and I believe it is contagious. Well, you get that rolling in the bullpen, it's just like hitting, I believe.
Fly ball to left field. Over goes Renfroe for out number 1 at the bottom of the 7th inning. But on this Father's Day, sending out best wishes to your dad, Larry.
Yeah, best dad ever. And I hope everybody who has a dad can say the same thing. Couldn't have handpicked a better one. He never pushed me into doing anything. He taught me the game and then said, go get him. This is the man who also taught me work to live. Don't live to work.
Interesting.
Yep.
I like that.
His thought behind that was he was at everything I did. He did his job. He left it at work, and it was family time. It wasn't like work, no family time. Work. Okay, I might show up here. That wasn't Larry.
Made time for you all the time.
All the time.
Well, you've carried it on. You do the same with your kids.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Ryan Flaherty will ground one by the mound towards second. And on to first from Perella. He's out.
Ooh.
It's a close call. Mark Ripperger making the call down there at first base.
That was very close. Now, you know what? We get a pretty good view up here when we see it initially. I honestly kind of thought he might have been safe. Maybe it was. No, he was out. It was close, though.
Two down, and Ozzie Albies is going to pinch it in the pitcher's spot. Started every other game of this series and comes off the bench to pinch hit today. That ends the day for Shane Carl. 1 inning, giving up 2 hits. No runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out 2. 1-0. So the Padres as a team today have struck out 13 times.
Too many. I didn't need to tell you that, though.
Tehran struck out 11. Carl struck out 2. Albies lifts one to left. Renfroe on the move is not going to get there. Progress took him into the wall. By the time he gets it, Albies rounds second, but he'll hold with a 2-out double to left field. Pinch hit at that.
This ball is going to be slicing off the bat of Albies. Not sure what type of initial jump Hunter got on that. You know what? He did a direct beeline towards the line. Did you see that? Straight line, and then he bellied out. So not really the best jump.
Albies at second, 2 down. Dansby Swanson coming up. 0 for 3 in the game, 3 strikeouts, all swinging. 2 against Strom, 1 against Craig Stammen. Matt Strom started today, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 5. Jose Castillo went an inning and a third, giving up 2 runs. On the hook right now for the Padres. First time he's really been touched at all. Greg Stammen, 2 innings. Line towards the gap in left center. Jankowski will get there, though. Nice running catch. And over there in a hurry into left center. 2-0 Braves. To the 8th we go. All right, Mike and Scott, thanks very much. We play along here to the 8th inning back in Atlanta, where a new pitcher has come into the game for the Braves. A.J. Minter appears again.
Yeah, it was in yesterday in the 1-0 victory. He pitched the 8th inning. He struck out 2 Padres. 31st game for the left-hander.
Franmil Reyes leading it off here for the Padres.
And he has got some firm stuff. Good fastball, nice tight breaking ball. I saw there at 91. Breaking ball at 91.
On the ground by the mound, and Dansby Swanson can't get it. Base hit for Franmil Reyes to begin things here in the 8th.
Let's check out the first jump. Swanson just out of his reach. Any old-fashioned way to get on base. Boy, did that go under the glove there?
Just did.
Bring that tying run to the plate.
Travis Jankowski has walked twice in this game. Also has a stolen base, been caught trying to steal a base, and has grounded back to the mound. And the Padres did not have a hit until the 7th inning with 1 out.
Wow. That's 98 paint right on the outside corner. You know, this kid reminds me of a little bit of. I mean, he didn't throw as hard, but remember Mike Stanton from the.
Oh yeah, we just saw Mike Stanton.
Yeah,
somewhere.
with he's with Houston. Pitched with the Yankees, Braves.
Kind of built the same way.
Yeah, yeah. Stocky left-hander.
He pitched like every day for a stretch for the Yankees for Joe
yeah.
Torre.
Yeah. Same staff as Jeff Nelson.
Yes. Foul back to the screen.
Are they starting to break down our stuff?
Stuff's starting to disappear left and right.
Have we met our requirements of being on camera yet?
There are wires underneath my feet that just flew by my foot.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey,
hey! Still on the air.
Have we had a required on camera?
Yeah, stuff is flying out of here. We already lost this over here. What was that?
That was some microphone.
Okay, what happened over here that just disappeared? There was wires flying underneath my
flux
feet.
Capacitor over there.
Something, but this camera's still here.
Well, that's next.
It's going to go any time now.
Have we fulfilled our on-camera obligations?
Just leave the headsets if it's okay with you.
Got a guy pulling wire over here and everything.
Is on its way. That's what happens on the last game of a road trip.
Yeah.
The stuff starts to be, the roadies come in.
They call it striking.
They wipe it out in the 7th inning while we're doing the game.
Yeah. It's not distracting or anything.
I wonder if this happens at concerts. Like where all of a sudden, you know, you're getting close, you're getting down to the end of the concert.
Getty Lee's up there.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, they're taking a speaker down.
One more encore, and all of a sudden, amplifiers are flying out to the truck. The 1-2 is outside. The show is not over. Could be just starting. Tying run at the plate here in the 8th inning.
I'd like to see Travis split a gap here and watch him run with Reyes on first base. At least get one run home here. Pass it on to the next guy, Eric Hosmer. This is the part of the lineup you want up here. Trailing by 2.
Hosmer waiting on deck. Lead runner on in the 8th. And that's strike 3. 99 and on the corner. One down in the 8th inning.
That is a really good pitch. Even without Flowers framing that one, that's right at the knees. Legitimate strike.
14 strikeouts for Braves pitching. The first for A.J. Minter. 1 out in the 8th. And it brings up Eric Hosmer. Fooled on that pitch for strike 1. Did he go? No. Check with Doug Eddings, third base umpire, 1-1.
Eric may have caught a break there.
'99, but missing 2-1. Julio Teheran, 6 innings, didn't allow a hit or a run. Walked 3, struck out 11. Shane Carl went an inning, giving up 2 hits, no runs, struck out 2. Now A.J. Minter working here in the 8th inning. Now it's by Hosmer and an even hundo. fouled back right down the middle, but in 99.
And that was power versus power. Did you see that hack by Eric? He wanted to turn that around.
Reyes with a single to begin the inning. Jankowski struck out, and now Hosmer batting with one out. Tying run at the plate for the Padres here in the eighth. On the ground, left side and through into left field, a base hit. Reyes turns second, heads for third. Throw is going to go to second. Keeps a double play in order, and it's first and third with one out. Nice job by Hosmer taking it through the left side for a base hit.
Yeah, and I'm just glad that Franmil Reyes got a good jump, as this ball is, no pun intended, but tomahawked. He got on top of that one in between Camargo and Swanson, and then running was Reyes. Boy, you don't want to get thrown out at third base there.
First and third, one down. Jose Perella coming up. Hit by a pitch in the first, stole a base, struck out in the fourth, and then again in the sixth inning. Time call.
4:12. 4:13. My bad. Just turned as I said that.
I didn't ask for the time.
Well, you said time was called. You wanted time, so I gave it to you. Time for a base hit also right here.
To the backstop on the fly. The ricochet comes back, and Reyes remains at third base.
You know, we made that point the other day that that's going to work to the advantage of some teams, I think, and prevent runners from scoring on wild pitch or pass ball.
Ricochet. Hit the umpire, I think.
Yeah.
Reyes at third. Hosmer across the diamond at first. One out in the eighth. 20th pitch of the inning coming up here for A.J. Minter.
You know, a situation like this as a base runner, you always have to be aware after your secondary lead to get back quickly to the bag. You don't want to get caught, the catcher throwing behind you and picking you off. Gosh. The guy throws 98. He doesn't need any other help.
Not a strike, but called a strike. Perella will lift it to right field. Nick Markakis getting himself ready. Will make the catch. Reyes will tag. No throw, and the Padres cut the lead in half. It's 2-1. Reeves on top. Sac fly for Perella. And the Padres get closer. Perella picks up his 22nd RBI and the sac fly to right field.
Got something up in the zone. We talk about it all the time with fewer than 2 outs. That's about mid-thigh high, working underneath it to elevate it to Nick Markakis. Just enough.
Two down, Hosmer at first base, and here's Hunter Renfroe. Tying run at first, go ahead run at the plate here in Renfroe. He's had a tough day, 0 for 3, striking out 3 times, all swinging. Hosmer gets that lead at first base, held on by Freddie Freeman. There it is again. Same spot. Called it a strike.
That's taking the bat right out of the kid's hands, isn't it?
Now he's down 1 and 2. It's almost he got to swing at everything.
Really? You're right.
Hosmer at first, 2 down, a run in, and a 1-2 pitch. Throw over, and Hosmer back again. Two and 2. A lot of pitches here for A.J. Minter in the 8th inning. He's thrown 26 in the inning. Corey Spangenberg has been called back. He was on deck. Christian Villanueva has come out. If we get that far, there are 2 outs. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Renfroe battling here to stay alive. There is Villanueva, who's come out on deck. Two again. That's strike 3, and for the 4th time today, Renfroe is struck out. Padres do get a run, cut the Braves lead at half. It's 2-1 Atlanta.
photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Now the Padres get a run back in the top half of this, the 8th inning, and Adam Cimber, long wait, back out there for another inning. He pitched the 7th. Gave up a 2-out double to Ozzie Albies. Then got Swanson a line out. Here he is in the 8th, and Charlie Culberson to lead it off for the Braves. Culberson 0 for 3. He struck out swinging, reached on an error, and grounded out to third. Culberson, Freeman, and Markakis. 2, 3, and 4 expected here for Atlanta in the 8th inning. Trying to grab an insurance run. Oh, it almost got him.
Well, he held the deficit last inning. Padres cutting it in half. Another big inning for Adam Cimber. High leverage spot on the road against a good club. Nice. That pitch was over the inside part of the batter's box. And Culberson swung at that pitch.
Swinging and a miss, and Culberson strikes out.
So go right back in there, right? And that's exactly what Adam Cimber did. Watch where this pitch crosses. That's inside the batter's box.
Not getting a real good read.
You think he likes the ball in?
Andy Green going to make a double switch here. With 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning, we will step aside with a pitching change from Atlanta. Braves on top 2-1. Brad Hand coming in. Here in the last of the 8th inning. And Brad Hand into the game for San Diego.
Well, you got the best hitter probably in the league right now against probably one of the best left-handed relievers in the league. That's Brad Hand, and this is where Andy Green wants to stop it. He's got 2 outs to get. You've got Freeman, Markakis, top 5 in average going into today's game in the National League. You want to stop it right here. Keep it at 2-1.
Strike 2, and it's 0-2 to Freddie Freeman. 3 for 13 in the series. Struck him out, made quick work of him. Brad Hand Out number 2 of the 8th. 11 strikeouts for Padres pitching in this game now.
3 sliders. Uno dos, adios to Freddie Freeman. Brad Hand has got such a nasty slider. It's as if he could tell the hitter, yeah, you know what, I'm throwing a slider. Still can't hit it.
2 down here in the 8th inning, and it brings up Nick Markakis. Markakis has 2 hits on the day. Singled in the first. Struck out in the 4th and singled in the 6th inning. A double switch here for the Padres, and Christian Villanueva comes in at third base for San Diego. Moving from third to second is Corey Spangenberg, and from second to left goes Jose Perella. Two outs in the last of the 8th inning, and Nick Markakis waiting on a 1-1 pitch. '21 saves for Brad Hand, 3rd most in the majors, 1st in the National League. Not a save situation here, though, just trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. Let's get the Padres up in the 9th inning. Still trailing by that run. Swing and a miss at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 2-2.
Look at how two-tone hat Brad Hand gives you an idea how hot and steamy it is down there on that field.
Over 100 degrees on the field. 2-2. Fouled off to the left, out of play.
This copyright telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Fouled back to the screen on the 2-2. Another fastball for Markakis, who's seen a few. December start of the inning, struck out Charlie Culberson. He left. Hand comes in. Strikes out Freddie Freeman. Now in a battle with Nick Markakis. And a fly ball to right field. Hit pretty well. Reyes going back, and it's going to be over his head. One hops the wall. Markakis headed to second, and he'll get there standing. 2-out double on the 3rd hit of the day for Nick Markakis.
Well, there's a reason why Nick Markakis going into this ball game hitting 5th in the National League at .321. Going into this ball game with 89 hits. Now chalk it up to 92 hits. Taking over the lead of his teammate Freddie Freeman. Kid can hit.
Runner at second with 2 down, and Tyler Flowers came into the game back in the 4th inning, and here he is in the 8th with a chance to grab some insurance here for the Braves.
'29th multi-hit game for Nick Markakis. I mean, you look at the leaderboards in the National League, top 10, and his name is underlined in a lot of them. Total bases, top 10.
452 career doubles for Nick Markakis, 5th active among leaders.
21st double of the year.
Rounded foul, 1-1 now to Tyler Flowers. Let's revisit the keys to the game. Brought to you by Honda.
Dingers for Dad on Father's Day. We talked about the home run for the Padres when they homered. They're 25-17, homerless today. 3 singles. Make Daddy Holstaff proud. Bullpen day starting with Matt Strahm, 4 relievers, 5 hits in those 5 innings. Only 2 earned runs. It pitched very well. No offense today, though, up to this point.
Fly ball, center field. Jankowski going back, looking up, and it is gone. 2-run shot for Tyler Flowers. That changes some things. Braves on top now, 4-1.
Breaking ball caught too much of the plate. You know, with first base open, you got Inciarte on deck, the left-hander. I'm wondering why they even pitched to Flowers. Inciarte hitting 192 off of lefties. First base was open. Wow.
Now Inciarte will take the strike. Fouled off above the Padres dugout. The complexion of this one has changed pretty quickly. Running Brad Hand trying to keep it a 1-run game. Gives up a double and a home run, and all of a sudden now Atlanta on top 4-1.
I'm surprised he pitched to him right there.
Fouled off to the left, out of play.
Well, quite a day for Tyler Flowers, huh? Didn't start. Kurt Suzuki taken out.
Yeah, comes in, couple hits, including home run.
Yep.
Always seems to work out that way. You don't think you're going to play, you find yourself in the game.
That's why you always have to be ready. Especially at that position, any position.
On the ground towards short, Galvis will go to first, and that will end the inning. But the damage done, a 2-run shot for Tyler Flowers, 4-1 Atlanta.
know if you remember them, those little yellow kind of rubbery balls with a whole bunch of dimples on them. We would play catch with those on the gravel, and he'd always bounce it super high off the ground and call it the Baltimore chop or something like that. And I'd have to come in and make a play on it, and I'd charge it and throw it. And I don't know, I was never really good at those. Maybe that's why I stuck him in the outfield.
It worked out all right for Travis Jankowski.
Sure did. Every player has a certain story that sticks out in their mind and forge their way to where they are at today. Because I tell you what, it's not an easy road.
Arodys Vizcaíno, the closer, in for the Braves with a 3-run lead to work with.
Well, he earned his 14th save yesterday in the 1-0 victory. 1 inning, 1 hit. He struck out 2. Live fastball. Really good splits, lefties and righties alike. The strikeout is in that arm, but you get a little wild at times.
First going to face Spangenberg. 1 for 3 day today for Corey. Started the day defensively at third base and since moved to second and fouls the first pitch back. Padres have struck out 15 times today as they head into the 9th inning. Spangenberg, Galvis, and Villanueva anticipated in the inning. 1-2 on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. There's Galvis waiting on deck. He is one of the 4 Padres hits in this game. On the ground up the middle and into center field. A base hit for Corey Spangenberg. And a good start to the 9th inning for the Padres.
That's good hitting, taking it right back up the middle. Short and quick to that baseball, not over swinging. Just to the right of Vizcaíno.
So lead runner on here in the 9th inning for the Padres. Second straight inning that's happened. Last inning Reyes singled to begin the inning, came around to score the lone Padres run. Brings up Freddie Galvis. Galvis struck out swinging in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 5th, before he singled to left field in the 7th. 7 for 16 in the series, Freddie Galvis. Of course, he had a 5-hit game. Foul back off to the left.
See Vizcaíno trying to work down at 97. Tough to elevate that. Trying to work a ground ball with Swanson. Camargo. Check that. Albies. Albies now at second base on the double play combination up the middle for Atlanta.
Two and two. Julio Teheran started this game with the first 6 innings for the Braves. Didn't allow a hit in 6 innings. 95 pitches, struck out 11, walked 3. Shane Carl was next in, and with 1 out in the 7th, Padres got their first hit of the game. Corey Spangenberg had single to center. 2-2. Foul outside of first base. Lined and by the dive of Albies into right center field. Spangenberg headed for third base as Markakis will get it back in, and the Padres will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 9th inning. 2 hits to open up the 9th.
Friars with the battle in Shillelagh's here. Couple of base runners, nobody out, putting some pressure on the Braves. With that tying run to the plate.
Christian Villanueva is that guy. With 2 on, nobody out in the 9th inning, trailing by 3. 15 home runs on the year for Villanueva.
Oh.
Swinging a foul against home plate umpire Nick Marley. Ooh, direct shot.
Yeah.
Oh, and 2. You got to worry about his fastball, but you also got to worry about that.
So you're maybe trying to cheat a little bit on the heater, then all of a sudden you get the wrinkle. And it's just that little bit to where you're out in front and the bat kind of starts to drag a little bit. Nothing behind it.
Villanueva strikes out back-to-back and 1 out here in the 9th. Time now for the Bill Howe plays of the game, and it's the starter for the Atlanta Braves, Julio Teheran. 6 shutout innings, 6 hitless innings, and struck out 11 along the way. Pitcher record right now, came in with a record of 4-4 individually, but it was very good today.
Yeah, he had the velocity was up. He had 13 days rest. His last start in San Diego. Had a thumb contusion. Hitting his spots. And a little bit of wrinkle here and there with some movement on the fastball was nice.
Rafi Lopez. Well, for 3 today, has struck out, flied out, and grounded out. .99 but missing. That's strike 1 and 2. Spangenberg at third, Galvis at first, 1 out in the 9th. Tying run at the plate right now in Rafi Lopez. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. 2 down in the 9th inning.
Don, you mentioned it. The fastball at 99 and then the wrinkle at 87. He throws such a hard breaking ball there out of the hand. It looks like it's going to be something straight.
Padres have struck out 17 times today. With 2 down in the 9th inning. Franmil Reyes, last chance. Ball 1, taking second is Freddie Galvis in a defensive indifference. Takes away the force play at second base. Spangenberg at third now. Galvis at second, 2 down. Strike one. Braves closer trying to get his 15th save of the year. Fly ball, shallow right. Markakis coming in, full board, dives and makes the catch to end the ball game. Nick Markakis in a ball that looked like it was going to land, but Markakis makes a diving catch to end the game. Running on a slant over towards the line, fully extended. Nice play.
Boy, he lays out, he sells out, he squeezes. If that ball gets off of him right there, that's 2 runs. Crack of the bat, runners are going. 15th save for Vizcaíno.
Tehran gets the win as the Braves take 3 out of 4 from the Padres. The end of the trip, Padres go 5-5. It's time now for Padres Live. Mike Pomeranz, what's in store?